Hello there, my friends. I thought I'd give you a completely different view of the flat because it's actually quite a momentous day today. In fact, it shows how fast time is going. I actually thought it was going to be tomorrow, but today, 26th of November, is actually the day that I celebrate a year with absolutely no alcohol. And for me, it's really, really important, especially recently, to acknowledge these really, really big wins and to also realize it's like psychological training in a way to take events and particular things that seem really, really difficult, almost impossible, and to actually realize that when you really put your mind to it, that you can do things that are out of the ordinary, and you can enormously improve your life because of them. Because what I see a lot of people sharing information about how things are over, we're completely done for, there's absolutely no way that we can bring ourselves back from the brink. And in the UK, a lot of people are just basically crying online, or the tweet version thereof about the UK budget that's just been announced. And the thing is, it can be very easy to feel completely powerless in your own life. But obviously, you can find any number of videos. There must be millions of videos out there about people overcoming alcohol addiction, alcohol abuse. I mean, I suppose whatever we're supposed to call it these days. I don't know the de rigueur fashionable term for not getting drunk every single night. But the thing is, after 365 days and £4,000 nearly saved, which is about $5,000, it's not the only good thing, but you know, it does all help when it feels like even blinking and breathing are being taxed to kingdom come. But I often think that how much progress am I actually making? How much am I actually doing? And I do stop and pause, you know, to berate myself every now and then that, oh, Martin, could be doing so much more. And then I'm given space to pause further and realize that everything in life happens in phases. And the last few years, we've all been through a fuck ton of dysfunction and psychological and physical warfare, and whichever side of the political argument you're on rather. I was on Twitter earlier on today, and there was somebody who was talking about people not being able to write anymore. And certainly Americanization doesn't help, because I do like to speak properly, write properly, because, you know, I do have standards. And one of the things that I realize is that I've taken standards to a level that can only be described as perfectionism, which has prevented me, you know, I've used as an excuse to not make as much progress as I might have had circumstances have been different, had I made decisions differently. But we are where we are. And to me, a year without alcohol, a year of not damaging myself, of not risking myself emotionally, physically, because the first therapy session that I had with my therapist was the day that I stopped drinking, because on the 25th of November last year, 2024, I locked myself out of my flat in the not the actual front door to my flat, but I locked myself out of the block of the apartment complex that I live in. So I had to scale the wall outside and up and over my balcony railings, and I've got scarring on my legs from where I scraped my knees and my shins to buggery. It was incredibly painful. And the first therapy session I had, the wounds were still moist. It was very humiliating and pathetic feeling moment, I have to say. And the truth is that for me, I totally allowed my desperation and my grief to completely take over my system. And I wasn't present. I was flailing around. I wasn't behaving in an adult way, nor was I behaving in a compassionate way towards myself. And if you're online, then a lot of these terms, you know, compassion and openness and being gentle, all of these things have been hijacked by various groups. And it makes it harder to talk about the fact that a lot of people, and I am talking to just the people in the Western world that will be watching this, there are tens of millions of men who are definitely suffering, who are lost and angry and frustrated. But realizing that today was the 1 year anniversary of stopping drinking, of taking back control of my life, not polluting myself, not poisoning myself, not exacerbating my anger and what we could call regret. It was actually about starting to own up to the ways that I treated myself really badly, really horribly, and a brand new opportunity, a new chapter to really kickstart my life. And it's given me a real boost today. And I've been messaging people and I've been interacting on Twitter, you know, doing my marketing, talking with people, and feeling that all of my efforts are more focused, that I'm clearer on what it is that I want to do, and ultimately what I want to help other men do, like me. Mature, open men who definitely feel like life could be a lot better. Those are the men that I want to help. And I know that I can actually do it, and I know that I will be able to help people, because with me, everything that I say, everything that I record, it's all genuine. It's as authentic as it possibly can be. But remember that information is in formation. We're always in a state of becoming. There's no definitive end goal to life. There's no definitive end result. We talk about death, but we can leave our mark on the world. We can lay footprints and we can leave hand marks, you know, guiding lights for people. And we have the technology with which to do it. And I've enormously benefited from the therapy that I've done with my therapist, and continue to do so. There's more work to do. Yes, I acknowledge to myself that I can definitely be doing a lot more, but each day with consistency, I do the things that I need to do. I've not recorded a video like this for a little while, few days, and the guilt feelings happen in me, but I treat everything in a way, as an experiment, you know, to see what I can learn by experiencing discomfort, but discomfort that's constructive, really questioning my premises, my principles, really questioning, is this what I want to do? And being honest and saying absolutely yes or definitely no, and learning all the time. And obviously not drinking for a year has given me a huge amount of clarity about whether I want to treat myself better and be kinder to myself. And of course, the answer to that is that I do. I want to treat myself as well as I possibly can and be in full control of my faculties, my capabilities. And I'm here to tell you that if there's something that you are really, really struggling with, and that you genuinely are open and willing to ask for help and be helped, then that is why I am here. And there's nothing wrong with asking for help. In fact, the more people do it, the better things become, because there are a lot of people that want to ask. And I don't ever say that you need to ask permission to ask for help, but you do need to be brave. And I've said yes to being helped, and you can say yes to asking help from me. And when you do that, well, that sends out a message to the universe, to millions of other men, that it's okay for them to do it as well. We are all in this together. We can help each other, we can support each other, and we can help each other do better. Imagine a world where more of us did that. More solutions, more joy, fewer problems.